Basically, I want to do an introduction to the to the brain, and I printed a few photos and I shall share with you. This is the medulla oblongata. This is the pons, and this is the cerebral peduncles. The medulla, pons, the midbrain together are called the brainstem. Thus, the medulla is a continuation of the spinal cord. It's the pathway to the rest of the brain. It's the gateway to the rest of the brain. It has several functions: vasometer, dilation and constriction of blood vessels, plays an important role in cardiac activity and respiratory activity. The pons plays a sensory role, in facial expressions, hearing and taste. It plays a motor role in producing saliva and tears. Also, is clinically significant since sometimes there's a disease called clinic and central pontine demyelination, when the myelin sheath that covers the neurons, that covers the axons, gets damaged. As a result, there's no communication within the neurons. Neurons cannot communicate. As a result, the production of saliva and chewing and these things, and I also it plays in when all these things get affected. One thing I forgot to say: the pons also plays a motor role in the eye movement. Then you have the cerebral peduncles, and between the cerebral peduncles, and between the cerebral peduncles there's a mammary body. I am sorry, this picture is not good enough. I shall get a better picture in the future. There's the medulla oblongata, and there's the superior colliculi, inferior colliculi. This is the superior cerebral peduncle, middle cerebral peduncle, inferior cerebral peduncle. That's it. This is cerebellum. This is the parts of the brain. This part is called the myelencephalon. It consists only of the medulla oblongata. The mesencephalon, which is the midbrain, over there. Mesencephalon, the midbrain. Mesencephalon is the midbrain. It consists of the corpora quadrimega, superior and inferior colliculi, and the cerebral peduncles. The diencephalon consists of the thalamus, epithalamus, the ventral part of the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and the third ventricle. The telencephalon consists of the cerebral hemispheres. The metencephalon consists of the pons, cerebellum, and the fourth ventricle. This is basically the parts of the brain. There's the thalamus. The thalamus is part of the diencephalon. It's like a gateway to it's like the junction to the rest of the brain. It sends signals to the subcortex, and the subcortex send it back and send it up. And the subcortex being anything that's below the cortex, so it's sort of like the junction between the subcortex and the cortex. The subcortex being anything that's below the cortex. So it's like a junction, and then junction between the subcortex and the cortex. And the hypothalamus over there plays an important role in homeostasis. There's the thalamus, and there's the hypothalamus. There's the frontal lobe. It takes executive decisions, executive functions, the cognitive things, the problem solving and things like that. That's the function of the frontal lobe. Parietal lobe, the sensory lobe, it's in charge of the sensory roles. The occipital lobe is the visual processing center of the brain. Temporal lobe, it's in charge of the short and long term memory, and it takes sensory input of all the auditory things such as language names, and that's it really. And beneath the occipital lobe is the cerebellum, and that's it. There's two lobes. The cerebral hemisphere has two lobes. There's a longitudinal feature dividing it. Cerebral hemispheres. The cerebral hemispheres. First of all, let's look at the cerebral cortex. It's gray matter. The reason it's gray matter is because it does not contain any myelin, whilst the rest of the brain contains myelin, so it's white matter, and the gray does not contain any myelin, so it's gray matter. And there's a longitudinal feature dividing it between left and right. The left part deals with the precision-based tasks such as language, memory, counting, problem solving, adding, subtraction. All those things are dealt by. The left part is the logical, precision-based part of the brain, deals with that. The right part is the more human part. It basically deals with the emotions, gives you feelings of ecstasy. It understands sense of humor, it understands metaphor, it prevents you from doing socially responsible things, it compares different actions you did, it looks at the results and says you should do this or not, this is socially acceptable or not socially acceptable. This is a more emotional human part. And then we have there's the central sulcus over there. There's the Sylvian feature over there. Basically, the central sulcus divides the frontal lobe from the parietal lobe. The Sylvian feature divides the parietal from the temporal, essentially. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching. In the future, I shall have better pictures and better camera quality.